I am. Wow. That's just dandy, isn't it? Testing, testing, testing. 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 Can anyone hear me? Can somebody fucking hear me? Damn, man. My microphone's all the way up. So I don't know what I'm doing. Whatever. There's nothing on there, so whatever, just go into the quickie, I guess. Question messenger. Let me see if I can control. Yeah, so this is not for children. No children. Absolutely no children. So it's been 19 days since Chris made up a new escapist fantasy to cope with reality. 573 days since the dimensional merge was to be completed. The coping mechanism Chris believes will rescue him from his debt and other life problems. 1006 days since Chris joined the cult of the Idea Guys, which further fueled his escapist fantasies. Which is amazing for, people today. F1 viewer. Yeah, thank you. Hi, viewer. I'm just dilly-dallying around. It's not serious or anything, or I'm not pretending I'm like some big streamer or gonna become a big streamer or whatever the hell goes on these days. God, hey, I'm gonna be a big streamer, yay! So let's see what we can do. Reality. Let's see if there is anything suggestive. Real quick, just doing a real quick look. I already know that Dylan Thomas has already done this, so it's time to talk to another person, because fuck you. Yeah, fuck it. I'll do it. I'll watch. I'll do the reality, I guess, and I will apply my truth and honesty upon this as a mentally ill person, but not like mentally ill, because I'm on medications for that. Reality is a concept Chris desperately tries to avoid acknowledging, instead retreating to the comfort of his imaginary world and hoping that reality will eventually bend to his whims. Many people with autism struggle to distinguish between reality and fantasy, but most make an effort to reduce the impact of their lives. That seems exactly how I feel. Not that I'm comparing myself to Chris. I'm gonna just, call Chris. God. And there's that ugly little, thumbnail of me back when I was young. And it's like stupid. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. And OBS, my volume's up, my desktop's up, my volume is up. Let's see. You know, Chris, on the other hand, embraces his realism of fantasy, especially in escapism from stress, life responsibilities, and his bleak future, trapping himself in a feedback loop whereby his real-world life and issues are further neglected while his devotion to his fantasies gets stronger. Which seems mostly something I would do, probably. Embrace fantasy, right? Like, I don't do it to the extremes like Christine does, or Chris does. I don't know, I have like schizoaffective disorder with bipolar 2, but I am not that delusional. But, I'm just reading out the quickie. I'm not going to be contacting Chris, nor will I be encouraging anyone to contact Chris. Please do not contact him, or her, them, and I will not contact. One view. Good, thank you. One concurrent viewer, which is probably me. So, hi myself. Stop. Fucking quiet. Oh well. I don't really care. Notably, Chris believes that Quickville and his imaginary friends are real. Chris has been spotted conversing, interacting, and dancing with them on many occasions, and even believes that he is married to imaginary people like Magi-Chan, Mewtwo, and others. Chris also holds many delusions of grandeur. I've had that before. That's really annoying and filled with crap. From believing he has the power to curse people, to thinking he has psychic powers, and even believing he is a goddess with the power to unite entire dimensions, and that this dimensional merge would make him rich and bring his fictional characters and those of others to life. Honestly, if the dimensional merge was to be real, which probably won't, then that means that all of those OCs are gonna come out, and a lot of the OCs are bad. They're just bad. Let me get a drink. Chris's perception of reality has been on a downward spiral for most of his life, due to a lifetime of being coddled by his parents. Which is true. Following the death of his father in 2011, and amid the increasing infirmity of his mother, Chris was forced into shouldering more responsibility which he was mentally ill-equipped to bear, and consequently he invested more heavily in magical beliefs as solutions to his problems presented by reality. In 2017, the Idea Guys, trolls who utilized role-playing as Chris' imaginary friend, friends further whatever Chris's grasp of reality, giving validation to his fantasies and encouraging him to stay rooted in his fantasy world. The trend continued at present day by waves of enablers. The thing with the grasp of reality, when somebody is delusional, you're not supposed to play into their delusion, because it'll only reinforce that and make it a little bit more stronger, depending on what delusion they're playing. They will get hostile. I've been to the psych ward like 3 times, and you're not really supposed to play into fantasies. So, do not play into fantasies, because into people's delusions, especially if they have a history of violence or self-harming, because it can get crazy. Still one viewer. Thank you. Concurrent views. Thank you. Thank you so much for watching. That's probably me again. So, Chris maintains his beliefs even in the face of mental health professionals for 9 months between summer 2018 and spring 2019, which he was required to see a psychiatrist therapy group at Region 10 and told them of his beliefs of his imaginary friends in multiple dimensions, to which their reaction was to simply hand-wave him through their program, which is fucked up. That's really fucked up. When they're telling you about the imaginary friends and stuff, and they simply hand-wave him through their program. The whole entire thing for psychiatrists and therapy is to help people cope better with their delusions and stuff. And that's one of the really failures of today's mental health. See, that's Christine, Sonic Chew, Roses Chew, Chris Chan Chew, CPU Goddesses, causes of Chris's poor grip on reality. Parental enabling. I do probably want to blame his parents a little bit about this, because it's mostly them coddling him with all of this stuff that he has, and all sorts of stuff. So, parent enabling. Although autism is one major factor, his parents contributed a lot towards Chris's warped perception of anyone or anything that antagonizes him. Bob and Barbara regularly feed Chris those 2 words that I can't pronounce, conciliatory platitudes about how he was mistreated out of jealousy and that special rules exist for the benefit of autistic people. The platitudes cemented Chris's all-perverse sense of entitlement, as well as his indiscriminate belief that anything bad that happens to him was a conspiracy, whether or not it was caused by his stupidity or stubbornness. So yeah, basically that's what they've been doing. Um, Telling him that he was mistreated because he was autistic, which is, you can't really play into things like that. I'm not a psychologist, just to let you guys know, or to let you know, or to let myself know, I don't care. I'm not a psychologist, but I do have a mental illness, and I do know a lot through my life experiences. So this is the wrong type of parental enabling. You know, just, you know, telling Chris that he doesn't have to get a job, or, you know, trolls or whatever, and all of that sort of stuff. You know, psychological problems. Well, hello, darkness, my old friend. The only known formal diagnoses of Chris are autism, dating from when he was 5 or 6 years old, and gender dysphoria, officially diagnosed in 2016. However, his behavior in adulthood suggests he has undiagnosed issues. I knew a person that had severe autism. They can't distinguish between reality and fantasy, and you know, it's pretty hard to really understand. The guy that I knew that had autism, he had severe autism. He talked softly, and he would have meltdowns and stuff, and he would have freakouts, you know, if he was overstimulated. And he likes to play with cars and stuff because he has the mind of like a 3-year-old and all of that. And he does the line between reality and fantasy has been intertwined with him. He keeps talking about how he knows the true identity of the Ghostbusters and the true identity of Ghost Rider. Pretty sure. If you guys wanted to text me in the stream, that's totally fine. I guess I can do what you guys want me to do within limitations. So, you know, undiagnosed issues. I don't know, he might have hoarding. Chris might have hoarding and poor financial things. I know I do have some poor financial things, and I used to hoard, but now I'm a little bit more minimalistic. Let's see. Chris exhibits signs of maladaptive daydreaming, a psychiatric disorder comprised of vivid daydreams and excessive fantasies. That sounds like me. That can interfere with socializing or even replace it altogether. I think I'm the interfering with socializing part. This behavior is observed in Chris with his imaginary friends in Quickville, the dimensional merge, and especially the polyamorous. Maladaptive daydreaming is also associated with pacing, which I do, and musical stimulation. Eyewitness accounts of Chris, such as the tale of the crazy pacer, mentioned these behaviors in him. Chris also stated that music from his phone is his method for meditation. Very strange. It's a form of meditation. I've been looking into meditation and it's weird. Usually meditation is sitting alone, comfortable, listening to guided meditation to calm yourself down, like progressive relaxation, things that calm you down, that make you feel calm, relaxed, quiets your mind and stuff. You can have music. There's like meditation music that you can listen to calm yourself down. So anyways, onto that. Peter Pan syndrome is a pop psychology term to describe those who are immature and refuse to grow up and accept adult responsibilities. Chris has demonstrated that this with his refusal to seek work, instead begging for money or ignoring his debt payments to afford more toys. Oh boy. An eyewitness to one of Chris's debt hearings noted that Chris was trying hard to revert to childhood based on how he made childish noises during his time in the courtroom and talked back to his mother in a childlike voice. The dimensional merge represents Chris's ultimate desire to hide from adult responsibilities, as he believes it will grant his wildest power fantasies and enable him to continue living like a child. Chris's devotion to rejecting adult life has warped his perception of reality, as he spends all of his free time playing make-believe as if it were a religion. Okay, like religion and stuff. So I wonder who this concurrent streamer is. Hello, sir or madam. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing fine. I love you. Average watch time, 26 minutes. I don't know. A common theory since the dimensional merge saga unfolded is that Chris may have schizophrenia, based on his rantings about his imaginary world seeming as if he cannot distinguish between reality and fantasy. I have to burp. I burped. However, a closer look at Chris's ramblings show that he is capable of disconcerting the difference, but avoids it in order to preserve his escapist fantasy. Unlike a schizophrenic, Chris will distinguish between reality, or as he calls it, 1218, and his fantasy domain named C197. So we'll look into that. Probably. Yeah, I had one time when I was in the psych ward, there was this schizophrenic guy. It was crazy. He was kind of violent, but he was also entertaining. Not that I find that mentally ill people are entertaining, but you know, he was a good guy. You know, since we're in the South, when I was sick, he stood over me and he started saying the Lord's Prayer over me, and the orderlies had to like come and call his name, and I was not in the mood, so I told him to get out as I violently threw up into the toilet. Playbacks. Damn Dimension 1218's reality limits and shit. Chris's reaction when reality's dimension and his fantasy dimension did not merge as predicted. A prime example of him being able to differentiate reality from escapist fantasies. Though not fully doable on the 1218 side of the dimensional curtain yet, I am able to draw up a water-to-wine conversation and vice versa. Chris, so he is aware he doesn't have superpowers in reality. Also, unlike a schizophrenic, Chris's fantasies do not involve paranoia or hallucinations, entirely self-serving. I mean, he does have paranoia about everybody being a troll, which is kind of probably on a different subject than this, but he is paranoid that everybody he meets is a troll, from what I understand. While Chris has made statements implying he is hallucinating, such as when he insists he can see or interact with his imaginary friends, he often omits that he uses techniques such as meditation, astral projection, another indicator that his issue is maladaptive daydreaming. I have had to commute to here, Dimension 197, via astral projection. The tough part is having to leave my body behind in 1218. Oh, but very soon I shall finally be able to bring my body here to C7. Chris giving a rare explanation on how he dealt with his fantasy world. Yeah, so basically, I am not a good talker. Not really good. Not good at talking. Still one concurrent viewer. Who is it? Who are you? Who are you? Lack of grounding in the real world. Chris's lack of purpose, combined with his enormous ego, further fuels his disconnection from reality, compelling him to instead seek out purpose with make-believe, such as being the mayor of Quickville and being the goddess CPU Blueheart. Since the government provides for him with the monthly tugboat, along with money from financial enablers, and his parents provide a roof over his head, Chris has no reason to get a job. Without the structure that a job, even a minimum wage or volunteer position, would impart to him, Chris is instead free to wallow in his fantasies. Chris's hobbies are mostly limited to Netflix, video games, YouTube, and Twitter. Despite supposedly having a calling for art, he rarely draws like he used to. While video games can stimulate the brain, his hobbies leave little room for creativity or substantial self-improvement. Even a simple hobby like photography would be a big step up from Chris's current avocations. Chris rarely leaves his room, instead preferring to daydream for 3 to 6 hours per day. When he does socialize, it's mainly on his terms, role-playing with enablers who keep him invested in his fantasies or appearing to conventions with fans who treat him as a celebrity. So I gotta take a moment. Ooh-wee. Streaming's hard, especially when you're dilly-dallying around. I didn't have anything else to do, so do what that may. Lack of grounding in the real world. Oh, I already read that. As for what I do while awake, on the recent, I get up, take my meds, meditate while playing Tetris 99 to at least take on the daily tasks for the game. Most days, I go out on errand or simple walking. Anyway, during the time at home, I tend to binge a show, drawing or creative work, namely the TSSSF cards and the comic pages. Chris describing his day-to-day life. Amazing. What the fuck does concurrent mean? Concurrent. Happening or done at the same time. Existing. Okay, thank you. Google. Thank you, Google, for that. I had no idea what concurrent meant. Chris and reality on the quickie. Chris embraces his fantasies as escapism, overindulging in them to the point that his interests in them are largely eclipsed in real life. When his childlike lifestyle conflicts with responsibilities associated with being an adult, Chris retreats to his fantasy realm to cope. I do that sometimes. Go into my fantasy realm to cope with stuff, or I write down stuff, journaling and drawing and stuff. This habit became especially prevalent in the years following the September 2011 death of his father, for which Chris found himself thrust into the world of adult responsibilities as he had to do tasks such as pay his bills and take care of his mother and pets. Chris was 29 years old when his father passed away. While most people would be accustomed to dealing with responsibility by that age, Chris was unprepared for the burden since his parents had sheltered him up to that point, for example, until he died. His father had managed Chris's bank account due to his fiscal irresponsibility. When my father was alive, I had more freedom. Now that he has passed, I lost a lot of freedom and remain to take after the tasks I left behind. You can only escape in your mental depths and recluse for so long before you are pulled back to reality, and too many things leave you feeling like you get little peace at home. Chris occasionally whined on social media about his position and having to help take care of his mother and pets. His statements gradually revealing more of his retreat into escapist fantasies. In September 2012, he complained, "Everybody else gets to go out for fun and a good time. I am stuck caregiving my mother and our dogs, and it is very stressful on me." In January 2013, Chris was hoping for a sweetheart to rescue him from his life. "I need my sweetheart to make me happy. My heart hurts literally from my depression and loneliness. Serving my mother is not a final purpose for me. My social life is very slim. I feel like I lack direction in life as well. In October 2017, Chris was immersed into his escapism from his list of reasons for refusing to get a job, half of his devotion to his fantasies. I have a ton of S-load of responsibilities and worries here at home, caretaking my mother, dogs, cats, and to my own passion of electric hedgehog Pokemon family, my city of Quickville, my own only me psychic connection to my family and friends there in that dimension. So I'll be darned if I do not already have enough on my plate. Chris's desires to be rescued from reality left him desperate for his fantasies to be validated. His mentality similar to people willing to join cults. On the 25th October 2017, the first of the idea guides entered the picture. Oh, Jesus. There's like 2 dimensions. So, whatever. It's like 7:44 a.m. over here in Central Life Time. And it's like only like 1 concurrent viewers. So probably. Ooh, jeez, it went down and then went up. So I don't know who the viewer is. So basically, I think that's gonna be it, because there's like, it's like I've been up for the past couple of hours and I am absolutely exhausted, especially when I took my own medications for my mental disabilities. But besides Chris and whatever, he's certainly something. I hope you don't mind me being on this streaming thing. I'm not sure what concurrent viewers means. Like, is somebody watching? Because if you're watching, you can feel free to do a chat with me if you want. I don't care if you're like fucking around or whatever. I don't know what the playbacks are. Like, you can go back to that. I've never really done live streaming, so it's basically a new thing for me. I'm not sure if this is going to be a permanent thing or not. But, yeah, if you're viewing this, I hope it's not me that's viewing this. You can type into the chat and say anything you want, because I'm bored. I don't know what I want to do. Besides wait on my friends. I guess it went off back. There's 1 person and then 2 people, which is good. I should find ways to stream so that find interesting topics to stream. and hopefully I will be able to do regular streams, maybe just entertainment, general entertainment of these things, you know. It's just weird, you know. So I guess let me do a little bit of the dimensions, cause there's basically nothing else to do besides going back to bed, cause last night I was talking to one of my family members, and we were like trying to answer thought-provoking questions. And if you ever want to get into a philosophical debate about, you know, if you know the speed of light, then what is the speed of darkness? Then ask that to your friends and family and see what type of interesting entertainment you get. But besides that, I have been doing videos with my GoPro. Just my GoPro videos and stuff. And I am not sure what is going on. And I really hate that end card. That little thing on the corner of this, I hate it. It's disgusting. Yeah, that was me years ago. Very years ago. And as you know, this video is for testing and dilly-dallying. So, I shall end the stream. Thank you for watching, and see ya. And